Just £8 million of your hard-earned tax money could help clothe and feed this Syrian refugee child for just one day. That's right, welcome back for a terrible Thursday. Let's just hope the Dover Discoverers haven't moved into a 5-star hotel near you and ruined your week just yet. The migrant hotel bill now costs taxpayers £8 million per day, as the Home Office boss in charge of stopping the boats has received a mega bonus. Yes, the Home Office's annual accounts were revealed on Tuesday, revealing that we're paying around £8 million per day for illegal migrants to be put up in hotels. That is £2 million more per day than Suella de Ville told the House of Commons on Monday. Yes, who cares about the unsustainable pressure on our infrastructure costing us £3 billion a year? We need to help all those women and children fleeing terror from France. But not only that, why was the top official in charge of our broken borders handed a 5-figure good performance bonus? Yes, Emma Churchill, no relation to Winston, the Home Office General for Migration and Borders, was handed a £15,000 to £20,000 bonus on top of a £135,000 salary. And also, Philip of the Douglas, the Interim Director General of Border Force, was also handed a lump sum for his good performance on top of his £115,000 paycheck. When are the government going to get a fucking grip? Never! And speaking of politicians who have done a good fucking job, Gillian Keegan jetted off to a £300,000 Costa del Sol holiday home just 4 days after being advised of the crumbling schools that need to be closed down. Yes, well done for doing such a good fucking job that we've had to close schools just to make sure the roof doesn't cave in on them while they're learning about trans rights. That's when the teachers can be bothered to turn up, of course. Yes, she was told to shut buildings on August 21st, then just 4 days later, fucked off to a 300k retreat on the Costa del Sol. We've now found that 174 schools are affected by the crumbling concrete, 24 of them resorting to remote learning, but she defends her decision, saying, "I went abroad because that was the first time I could go abroad, and I've done a good fucking job."
Sure, yeah, okay.
But don't worry about the crumbling classrooms there, Gillian. She also says that kids prefer learning in the porta cabins over the classrooms. Ugh. Did you smoke something while you were out in Spain? Almost 250 temporary classrooms and toilets have been set up by around 30 schools that are trying to keep the lessons going. Yet this complete and utter donkey, she says, "I've been to a number of these schools and met with children in porta cabins. And in fact, the first school that I went to, the children actually preferred it to the classroom." So you went to a number of schools, yet just cherry-picked your information from probably one child on a sunny day who said they might like it. Are you nuts? What about the other schools you've visited? Go to every single school that's been shut down, every single one of them that's got these shitty migrant tents set up, go on a cold and rainy day, then ask the same question to every single child and every single teacher, then come back to me with your findings. But you won't. It won't fit your narrative, will it?
Nope.
In more people that don't want to work, doctors and nurses are being set to work during strikes under new plans to guarantee minimum service levels. Yeah, right. Emergency and urgent care could be covered under new legal powers to maintain a safety net for patients needing treatment at a time of industrial action. Note the words, could be. Doctors who started their hospital training this year are getting a 10.3% increase. Junior doctors are getting an 8.8% increase. And consultants are getting a 6% increase, alongside generous reforms to their pensions. Yet they are still on strike.
You know what that makes you, Larry?
Lollygaggers.
Lollygaggers.
In more medical, a man has been awarded just £20,000 after his man sausage was chopped off during a botched circumcision.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, a 22-year-old man who lost around 90% of his piece in a botched circumcision when he was 10 years old had a compensation award of £500,000 reduced to just £20,000 after the Malay government successfully appealed the claim. The medics who severed his private parts were not qualified in microsurgeries, and he was transferred to another hospital to rectify it, but after a 10-hour delay, all hope was lost to reattach it.
That is fucked up.
Now, speaking of chopping bits off, doctors say trans women should be allowed to compete in female sports because it boosts their mental health and self-esteem. Right. So what about the mental health and the self-esteem of the actual bonus hole holders who are getting frequently beat by men who identify as women? Who cares, right? Why don't we get rid of all weight categories, all gender categories, in all sports and just have a free-for-all? Let's put an 18-stone boxer against an 8-stone female that identifies as a male. And when that all goes wrong, throw anyone into the ring who claims this is some sort of feminist issue.
Gotcha, bitch!
Now, speaking about mental health and the choppy offies, a third of trans kids who were given puberty blockers saw their mental health deteriorate. Yes, a new landmark study has come out telling us all what is pretty fucking obvious. I'll say it again, I've said it before. We shouldn't be allowing kids who are not old enough to have sex the ability to change their sex. If they feel like it at 16, they should then be put on a 2-year course with psychoanalytical doctors, and then if they still feel like that at 18, they can do whatever the fuck they want. We don't know the long-term effects on this, but in my guesses, which are probably accurate, is that we are going to have a generation of mentally disturbed people who feel lower than low because they realise they were going through some social fad and cannot reattach the part that they chopped off. Go ask that man in Malaysia.
Oh, you're probably right, as usual.
In more Tyrannosaurus Rex rhetoric, a trans ex-Labour candidate shares a photo of herself performing a dilation exercise in a disabled toilet at Gatwick Airport. 1. Ever heard of the term TMI? Too much information. We don't fucking care. You see, this is all about attention. Look at me, look what's left of me. 2. Airports are for flying people going in and out, not a medical centre needing to accommodate you flexing your newly found bonus hole. 3. Well done! 80-year-old Margaret in her wheelchair just had to piss herself because you were too busy lying on the floor in the disabled toilet doing who knows what. Keep your private business private. You're not brave, you're not important, you're a muppet. Why has self-respect gone so far out the window? It's landed on a dinghy and sailed off to France.
It's so strange.
Now, speaking of more things that we don't want to see, drivers are warned as anti-braking speed cameras are set to hit the UK. Yes, well done again. More revenue generators. Yes, these money printers aimed at the hated motorist can detect harsh braking before speed cameras, as well as vehicles speeding up again after passing one. Now, again, I don't condone speeding. I cannot afford a speeding ticket. But I also equally don't condone more money being spent again on things to piss people off to generate more money for the government to piss up the wall.
Wankers!
Oh, he's back again. He's coming to get me. Slow down, Guinness. Slow down. You don't want to speed him fine. Now, speaking of vehicles, an Audi driver tried to insure his car while pulled over by the police for using a mobile phone. Nice try, lad. Nice try. As an officer tried checking his documents at the roadside, this crafty con artist tried to take out some day insurance. His plan was foiled when the insurance companies were contacted, revealing to the police that the request for insurance was made 15 minutes into the traffic stop.
You're a fucking idiot.
And our final shithousery moment of today belongs to the high street. H&M brings in a new £1.99p charge by stealth. Yes, new plans by H&M have started charging customers £1.99 when they return an order online. But wait, not only that, it also stretches to shoppers when they return the products in store. Unless the product is faulty or incorrect. But, there is one exception. If you are a H&M member, you can return it for free. Fuck off. Well, good luck to H&M in your closing down sale. People will just piss off to Primark or another online retailer, as you will see very, very soon.
Bye. See you when I see you. Goodbye.
Right, so what have we learned today? £8 million is the new figure being wasted today on Dover Discoverers hotels. Politicians are still a waste of space. Don't get circumcised in Malaysia. Don't go to the airport to stretch. And the motorist is ever increasingly sucking on fumes. Signing out.